our fundamentalist crusade that holds God above our heads to keep the masses afraid. We've surrendered sensibility to a morbid spirituality, shackled by what passes as Christian morality.
Hey guys, I just want to let you know I tried uploading this video and it's the second time I have to do it because I tried to include a clip from a CNN interview and they blocked it for copyright. So not everyone is going to see it. So this is the second version. I'll leave it linked up for you to check out in the description if you want to see what I'm talking about. Enjoy the video.
Hey there, Roxada here. So I decided to address some of the Vigilant Christian's conspiracy theory claims. Since his channel is full of videos like this, I just decided to grab one almost randomly. I picked this one because I'm curious to see what he has to say about NASA. I will say that I am a little bummed that he didn't include the CNN video he just mentioned. I'm curious about what he had to say about it, and I did say didn't instead of couldn't include, because under the Fair Use Clause of the U.S. Copyright Act of 1976, he can use it for the purposes of commentary, criticism, and education, which this video, at best, he could call commentary. Yeah, too bad he didn't bother to fight the copyright claim, but oh well. Well, that being said, let's get this ball rolling.
Hey everyone, it's the Vigilant Christian Mario, and you're here for another edition of Satanic Illuminati, New World Order, and Media Exposed. In today's video, I wanted to share with you that video clip. I'm sure many of you have heard about the supposed finding of water on the planet Mars by NASA. You know, never a straight answer.
Okay. I'm going to stop you right there. What do you mean by never a straight answer? Are you trying to take a jab at NASA because they try to avoid speaking in absolutes unless they are positive that what they are saying is accurate? That's called science, you jackass. The people who work for NASA are scientists, and that's how science works. You don't make absolute claims or statements until you're certain that your findings are correct. I know this is a hard concept to grasp since you believe in a book that speaks in absolutes, even though it's been proven wrong on its absolute claims over and over again. Scientists have to be honest about their claims, because if they knowingly make false claims or make a claim without doing the research, their careers are essentially ruined. The finding of water on Mars is a very new discovery, and until the research is done, they have indisputable evidence, and the peer review process is complete. They're not going to make an absolute claim on it.
And also how it ties into this new movie that's being pushed out by Hollywood, Mind Control Central, featuring Matt Damon, and this movie's called The Martian. Okay, this is all a massive agenda to pave the way for a great deception that will, unfortunately, make many people fall away from God.
What is this deception? What evidence do you have of said deception? And how is Hollywood trying to get people to fall away from your God? I understand if you're irritated with Hollywood right now. Hell, I am too. They keep putting out crappy movies, but that's really no reason to make shit up and think they're part of some ridiculous conspiracy.
The God of this world, as described by the Bible, is Satan for a time, and that's God with a little g. And he has authority and power here for now, until Jesus overthrows him. And one of the things that Jesus said about this God, the God of this world, is that he is the father of lies. So everywhere you're going to investigate in this fallen world, you are going to see the God of this world, the father of lies, setting up lies, fabrications, and deceptions everywhere you investigate.
So you're saying that, according to the Bible, Satan is in charge and he's the father of lies, and that everywhere we go to investigate, we will see this father of lies, and he will be setting up lies to deceive us. Okay. So what about you? What about if people come to you to investigate? From what you just said, we shouldn't believe you either. Remember, you did say everywhere. Everywhere includes you, or are you somehow special? And if you are, how would anyone know? Since you did just say that everywhere we look, we'll be told lies. I already think you're full of shit, and I'm sure I'll get plenty of opportunities to explain why. Well, this just being one of them.
And this, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a massive, massive, massive deception. If you haven't heard about the alien deception coming, I definitely encourage you to start investigating it. What it is that the world, well, we have in the universe fallen angels. Okay, in the book of Job, chapter 38, verse 7, it talks about the creation of the world. And when this happened, the morning stars and the sons of God shouted for joy. We find out that these are fallen angelic beings.
Why do you have to have that stupid circle around your cursor? It's fucking annoying and distracting when you move it all over the screen like a fly on meth. As far as this bit about Job, chapter 38, verse 7, you're full of shit and you're flat out lying. This is the part of Job where Job is crying out to God, asking why God has let those horrible things happen to him. And this is God's reply. Then the Lord answered Job out of the whirlwind. Who is this that darkens counsel by words without knowledge? Gird up your loins like a man. I will question you, and you shall declare me. Where were you when I laid the foundation of the earth? Tell me if you have understanding. Who determined its measurements? Surely you know. Or who stretched the line upon it? Or what were its bases sunk? Or who laid its cornerstone? When the morning stars sang together, and all the heavenly beings shouted for joy. Or who shut in the seas with doors, when it burst out from the womb, when I made the clouds its garment, and thick darkness its swaddling band, and prescribed bounds for it, and set bars and doors, and said, Thus far shall you come, and no farther, and here shall your proud waves be stopped. Now, verse 7 has a footnote right after the words heavenly beings that says sons of God. Nowhere does it say that they are fallen angelic beings. This whole chapter is nothing more than God berating Job for questioning his inaction. I'm calling you out right now, Mario. You're a fucking liar. You are deliberately trying to deceive people. Now, to the rest of you watching this, I suggest you read all of Job. The whole story is nothing more than God making a bet with Satan that Job is not righteous just because he's blessed and basically has everything someone could want. God let Satan take everything from Job. His livestock was killed, his sons and daughters were killed, and he was plagued with boils, which caused his friends to turn their backs on him. All to show that Job wouldn't lose faith. It really shows the kind of character God is.
Who are here, okay? But what they are going to do in the end times is appear as our ancestors, these ancient astronauts, maybe even go as far as telling us that, you know, they planted us here, that we're an offspring of them, you know, and that God's not our creator, they are. Through the process of evolution, they have planted us here, and we're evolving into becoming like them.
And exactly where is your evidence of this? Where does it say any of this in the Bible? Because obviously that's the only place you have ever really gone for any kind of evidence as far as any of this shit existing. Well, I should say any supernatural shit existing. Yeah, where is your evidence of any of this? You're making unfounded claims with nothing to back it up.
Why else on television would you have a series like Ancient Aliens, which is on the History Channel? Okay, this is propaganda to mind control people to adopt this idea so that when this great deception takes place, that's exactly what people are going to believe. The already programmed propaganda. Many people dismiss this, but all of a sudden, if the fallen angels came to Earth as, or presented themselves as aliens, well, this would be a lot more believable.
As I'm sure everyone is aware, the History Channel has gotten away from actual educational shows and documentaries on historical subjects in favor of entertainment and ratings. Just like TLC, which used to be called the Learning Channel, has gotten away from educational shows and started showing shit like Honey Boo Boo. This has nothing to do with any stupid-ass idea of mind control. It's all about money and ratings. As for your comment about fallen angels coming to Earth and presenting themselves as aliens to be more believable, well, why won't your God present himself? That would surely make your Bronze Age bullshit book more believable.
And it will be in the future as this great deception plays out. And I want you to notice, all right, in that clip, first of all, the girl is always throwing an upside-down pyramid sign with her hands. You can go back and check that. But it was interesting to hear what the one scientist said. He said this: "We have not been able to answer the question, does life exist beyond Earth? But following the water that they supposedly discovered on Mars is a critical element to that."
Okay, so here's a clip from the CNN video that he linked.
Has found something that breathes new hope to the idea that microbial life may be present on the red planet: liquid water.
The newscaster's using her hands when she talks. For some reason, Mario seems to think that it's some vast Illuminati conspiracy for people to make hand gestures when they speak. Obviously, he's never taken a public speaking class, or he would know that hand gestures are used to convey the importance of what the speaker has to say. It also conveys confidence, authority, and or excitement. The gestures and the way she's using them is nothing more than conveying importance, excitement, and confidence. She's trying to generate excitement for this discovery and show that it is very important. And yes, water, especially liquid water, is a critical element to life. If Mars does in fact have liquid water, then it's evidence that there's liquid water somewhere other than Earth. Which also means that the possibility exists that there's water in at least one other solar system in the universe, which also means there could be some other form of life out there that we have yet to discover or has yet to discover us.
All right, so this is a massive push towards the deception that's coming. That aliens, planted us here. They were on Mars. Maybe they even had a climate change type of problem because of CO gases. Who knows? I mean, the deception is going to be massive, and it is just starting to unfold. We're seeing the groundwork being laid for that.
Who the fuck is saying the aliens planted us here, went to Mars, and had a climate change problem? What source is saying that? Are you talking about the Ancient Aliens show? Are you calling that a credible source? Nearly no one believes that shit, and the few that do are just as off their nut as people like you and the rest of the conspiracy and truther nutjobs out there. Citation, please.
But I find it very interesting that he says that. He puts the two and two together, and there's a movie coming out called The Martian, which is an alien. Okay? This stuff all ties into itself and is part of a massive deception.
So let me get this straight. You're saying that because a movie about an astronaut being left on Mars came out around the same time as one of our orbiters finding signs of liquid water on Mars, that's a sign of a conspiracy? Newsflash, there's tons of movies out there about life on Mars. For fuck's sake, the original War of the Worlds was released in 1953 and was played on the radio in 1938. Stories about life on other planets is nothing new. It's an idea that's just grown since the early 1900s when astronomy and cosmology really started to take off. The more we learn, the more curious we become, and the more we entertain the ideas related to the possibilities that we find.
The Martian movie and NASA full coverage on space.com. Here you can see they even admit that the Martian meshes with NASA's real-life plans to put boots on the red planet.
again, putting a man on Mars is not a new idea. It's something that NASA has wanted to do for decades.
For those of you who don't know, television is pure propaganda and mind control from the elite. All right, they use it to completely mind control you so that you don't even know what is going on. It's part of the deceptions that are taking place and all the fabrications that they're creating. This little box puts people under a spell and makes them believe whatever the box tells them. You know, they get the NASA scientists to show up here and say, hey, we found water on Mars. And they're like, oh, yes, TV. Yes, it must be true. You said it. So I'm not going to disagree.
Fucking damn it. Where is your evidence for mind control from the elite? Or the Illuminati? Where is your fucking evidence?
Did you know the CIA actually has an entertainment industry liaison? All right, so what this is if Hollywood wants to go and get equipment for their movies, they can go there. But
no, again, you're either lying or you didn't bother to read the page. It states that they are simply there to assist in giving an accurate portrayal of the CIA. They are offering the help to the film industry and can give a, quote, greater authenticity to scripts, stories, and other products in development, end quote. They're also willing to answer questions, debunk myths, and arrange visits to the CIA. They will also allow filming at their headquarters and will provide stock footage. It says nothing about letting Hollywood use CIA equipment. Oh, and if you want to see for yourself, I did stick the link to that webpage in the description below. Check it out for yourself.
I'm sure behind the scenes, I mean, it's the Central Intelligence Agency. This is what they're telling us publicly. What they're not telling you is the fact that they're going even beyond that. They're working with Hollywood to mind control the masses.
Okay, listen, asshole. You're stating something as fact with no evidence to back up your claim. Unless you can prove your claims, no one has any reason to believe you. Your claims of the CIA using mind control on the populace sound incredibly insane, and until you can demonstrate that what you're saying is accurate, no one has any reason to think you're anything more than a paranoid whack job, and no fucking shit the CIA is doing things that we don't know about, and they don't tell us. They're a fucking spy agency, you fucking moron.
And in fact, Lauryn Hill came out publicly and said that this is going on, that the military complex is working with the entertainment industry to create propaganda lies, and that it's all a system that's built to create massive deception.
And again, where exactly is your evidence for this? Where's the video clip showing her saying those things? You're providing nothing. No reason to believe anything you're fucking saying. Show evidence. Show it. Show the clips. Let us listen to the audio. Something. But you have nothing. You're just showing us little pictures of fucking memes, and that's it. That's all you got for us. Fucking pathetic.
So you need to wake up to this. This is actually what's going on. And if you haven't seen my previous video, NASA, Nazi, Satanic Illuminati Exposed, definitely check it out. I'll leave it linked up in the description section. But if you actually look at the word NASA, and also Nasha, which is its negative connotation in the Hebrew, it actually means to greatly deceive.
Actually, NASA stands for National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Your insane leap to try to find it in the Hebrew, it actually means to lift, carry, and take.
What a coincidence, right? Come on, wake up, people. The space program's lying to us. The schools are lying to us. The governments are lying to us. The economic system is fraudulent. It's a bogus system built on perpetual debt. A fiat currency has been set up. It's all nonsense garbage. This entire planet is exactly like the Bible says. It is ran by the father of lies and his little minions, which I refer to as the Illuminati, a network of secret societies that work with the fallen angels in order to establish the Antichrist kingdom in the world here today.
And exactly where is your evidence of these secret societies? Are you just claiming that they exist? I mean, come on. If you're gonna say something like this, you got to give us evidence. You got to be able to show people. If you really want to help us and really want to wake us up, you gotta show us that you're telling the truth and that you're not full of shit. Oh, and by the way, Marvin the Martian was my favorite Looney Tunes character when I was a kid. So, good job on that one.
Now, the movie's, I mean, come on, okay? It's called Martian, and for those of you who don't know, that means a supposed inhabitant of the planet Mars, all right? And this Martian, okay, happens to find a way to create life. I mean, he lives on it. That's what Matt Damon is doing here. He's creating life forms to survive, some, vegetables here that he's growing. At the same time, okay, that they tell us that there's water on Mars, there's a movie that comes out called The Martian. Do you not see all the correlations here, the deeper hidden messages that's going on, how the CIA and the government is working with Hollywood to create propaganda because they're building the way to tell us that, oh yeah, we have these ancient aliens, that they are here and life on other planets is a reality, when in fact that is just fallen angels masquerading themselves as whatever they need to masquerade themselves as in order to deceive the masses.
Okay, like I said before, movies about life on Mars, invasions from Mars, and going to Mars, etc., have been around for nearly 100 years. They come out pretty damn frequently. It's not some vast conspiracy that a movie was released around the same time as a discovery was made there, especially since if you consider the orbiters and the rovers that we've sent there, and other probes as well. It's called a coincidence. Not everything has some hidden entity guiding it or some nefarious plot behind it. I found a paper on the psychology of conspiracy theorists like Mario and their need for cognitive closure on PubMed. The link's in the description below, and I think it might be a good idea to read it, and maybe a good idea for him to read it if he ever sees this video. It's a pretty good paper, and it talks about the mentality of conspiracy theorists. And for the hell of it, I guess I'll read a little snippet, maybe offer some insight into why he seems to think everything is a conspiracy and why he rambles on like this in these videos. Social psychologists often argue that beliefs in conspiracy theories are connected with broader social and intergroup conflicts, where conspiracy theories are used to justify and maintain conflict or to attribute blame to an unjust social system. Other research has sought to explain the appeal of conspiracy theories by focusing on personality characteristics of conspiracy theorists. Among other factors, a sense of powerlessness and anonymity, an inability to affect change, and feelings of insignificance within society have been found to correlate positively with high levels of beliefs in conspiracy theories. Now, that being said, maybe that gives us a little bit of insight into how his gears are turning and how much of the cheese has actually slipped off the cracker.
All right, they even have this movie called Paul.
That movie is fucking hilarious, and Simon Pegg and Nick Frost are just great. I love their movies. Just a little side note.
Where that's what he talks about. He talks about the fact that, he's a Martian, he's an alien, and he's here on Earth, and he's enlightened, and he's all about evolution, and if you're a Christian, you're a fool, you don't know the truth, he's an alien, he must know. So there's all sorts of propaganda all throughout Hollywood being pushed to fulfill this great end-time deception. So I wanted to share that with you and get your thoughts. I'm going to be researching this a little bit more in depth.
I hope you do. I really hope you do. And I hope the next time you decide to make some stupid-ass video like this, you'll actually bring some evidence to the table instead of just ramblings of a madman. Yeah, you've really proven nothing so far, and you're just about done.
To really find out, if I can discover anything else. But definitely NASA and, the entertainment liaison, Hollywood with the CIA, they go hand in hand, are working on something extremely deceptive. And for those of you who don't, understand how this can lead people away from God, well, having aliens show up and say, oh no, you weren't created by Yahweh the Father God. No, we seeded you here. We planted you, and now you're going to be evolving, and now you're at a stage where technologically you can evolve with us through, the manipulation of your DNA and the changing of technology in order to become gods yourself. So this would make millions and millions and millions of people fall away from God.
What in the ever-living fuck are you talking about? What movie are you talking about? I'm kind of curious to watch it. It might actually be a pretty good one. Who knows? Or it could be crap. But just what these leaps that you're making, they're making no fucking sense. Come on. Stay on track. Show some evidence. Stop rambling.
Unless you are vigilant and you can see these things coming. Thanks for taking the time. This is the Vigilant Christian saying God bless each and every one of you. As always, remember, when there are massive deceptions being set up, you need to stay 100% vigilant and fear no evil.
Well, I guess that's it. That's all we get. Not one piece of audio or video evidence, not one article or letter, nothing. Absolutely no evidence at all. How does he expect any rational person to believe anything he says when he presents absolutely nothing to support any of his assertions? I wonder if he realizes that not everyone is as gullible as he is and believes everything they're told without any supporting evidence whatsoever. Maybe I'll tackle that NASA video he mentioned. Kind of thinking about it. We'll see. Well, I hope you liked the video. If you did, click that cool little thumbs up button down there, and please feel free to leave a comment even if you disagree with me. I'm not afraid of dissenting opinion, I guess you could say. There's also that cool little subscribe button that you can click. And well, thanks for watching and take care.